We are on the air live from Deerfield High School inside the Warrior Gym. We have girls varsity basketball, and it's a battle of the winless. The Deerfield Warriors will face off against the Grayslake North Knights. I'm Drew Weiner, joined alongside Brody Sheffrin. And Brody, this Deerfield team has had a lot of changes over this past year. This is a team that went all the way to the state semifinals last year and came in fourth. And starting off the season 0-5 and just returning one player who really contributed to that team last year. Lots changed over this past year, and they need to figure something out.
Yeah, they lost a lot of production, losing both the Kirstein sisters, Aubrey Galvin, both the Current twins last year as well. So they lost a lot. We'll see what the Warriors can do, try and get win number 1 on the season tonight.
Yeah, for both these teams, they're still searching for that illustrious first win, and they've always said, a lot of coaches, the first win's the hardest. Once you get that one, you get in a roll. So maybe this is the night for both teams where they can kind of turn their season around. No one likes to start their season 0-5, 0-6. So getting that win's important for these two teams. There's a lot on the line tonight.
Yep, we're going to tip off in about 10-15 minutes here. Stay tuned, and we will be back for tip-off.
This should be a good game. Both teams looking for their first win, and personally, I'm excited, Brody. I'm excited to see how this game turns out, and I'm excited to see this Deerfield team in action. You know, last year was arguably the greatest team in program history, going all the way to the state semifinals and eventually falling to Lincoln, who then lost to Nazareth Academy in the state championship. But an opportunity to play at Illinois State, and like the team did last year, that was a really cool experience just for the school of Deerfield to have a team like that. But a lot has changed in 1 year.
Yeah, especially for Deerfield and for Grayslake North as well. Their leader, Peyton Gertz from last year, she graduated. She's currently playing college basketball at High Point. So Grayslake North's lost a major piece of their team as well, and especially with all the Deerfield
warm-ups is the size. This Grayslake North team doesn't have much size, and you know you got somebody on your team with Deerfield, Kate Trella, who's 6 foot tall, who really dominated the post like we see her do it last year and early again this year. She's Deerfield's go-to player, and I think she's going to have a big night, especially with the size advantage she's going to have against these Knights players.
Yeah, especially her defensive presence as well. She had 10 blocks in one of the games of the Thanksgiving tournament, recorded a double-double, Deerfield's first of the season, so she's definitely the #1 player on this Deerfield team. It'll be interesting to see how they operate through her.
For sure, yeah. A rare double-double with 10 points, 10 blocks. It's super impressive. That's not something you see every day. But Trella is really the only player from this team who played last year. They ran a short 8-man rotation, and she kind of flip-flopped to the starting rotation with Morgan Kern, who graduated. But Trella's a good player. Would not be surprised to see her get some college interest. She could dominate in the post. She could shoot too. A tremendous defender, like Brody said, 10 blocks is a special achievement for anybody. But it'll be interesting to see how this game plays out with her, and I personally expect her to have a big night.
Starting lineups now, it's just getting ready for tip here.
Deerfield, they have two freshmen in their starting lineup, similar to Grayslake North, who runs a really young team, only two seniors on this team. A lot of youngsters on both sides. But just looking out, I mean, Grayslake North has really nobody to contend with the size of Kate Trella. Just looking at the opening tip, it's going to be tough for them to guard. I expect to see some doubles and just kind of throw some different actions at her.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they're going to defend her.
The first game here at the Warrior Gym for the basketball season is about to be underway, and we're off. Trella wins the tip. Deerfield on offense. Maya Silber with it. Over down to Trella. To Gittler. That's out of bounds. It's going to stay here with Deerfield.
Interesting to see if Deerfield has a play design coming out of this play under the basket. Last year we saw a lot of play designs. We'll see if that translates into this year.
Cooper back out to Trella over to Miovishki. So the young freshman with it. Over to Gittler. Deep two. It's good. Tori Gittler. Right in a step in front of the three-point line. Here comes Grayslake North on the other, coast to coast, and the bucket is good. That was Ashley Stoneham, the freshman guard.
Based on these first 45 seconds, Drew, I think we should be in for a good one.
I think so too, but if you're Deerfield, you just cannot let a guard go. You go coast to coast like that, as there's a steal. Going the other way is the Knights. They'll lay it in. That's number 25, Jane Pritchard. Looks like the Knights want to get out in transition. They got 2 early transition buckets. Trella top of the key. Just driving in. Oh, good pass there to Silber, who lays it in.
Good roll there from Silber. Trella had her wide open. Nice pass. Nice conversion. We're all tied at 4.
Not much standing around with this Grayslake team. They like to push the pace. Stoneham with it, driving in, kicks it out to the corner to Roscoe. Roscoe was an acrobatic shot, no good. Rebound by Trella. Gittler running the break. Trella's going to take it herself, driving in. and lays it in. Nice coast-to-coast take there by Kate Trella.
And there's the lack of size for Grayslake North really proving a point here, because Kate Trella was able to convert easily even with a defender on her.
And that pass from Stoneham goes right out of bounds, and it's going to be Deerfield basketball. Deerfield's offense early on really hasn't done much. The most points they scored this year is 32 against Wheaton. Already 6 points here in the first couple of minutes. As that's stolen back again by the Knights. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Izzy Miovishki. Going to the line is Lucy Roscoe, the sophomore team captain. Miovishki seemed to disagree with that call. That was close. Looked like she had some ball there.
Yeah, good defensive play, getting back in transition. As we know, Grayslake North is going to like to run, or is going to like to run out in transition. Fast break points are going to be a key for them. And I think if Deerfield can get stops in transition and limit the turnovers, I like their chances in this one.
The first free throw from Roscoe is good. Grayslake North, coached by Brian Freaks, trying to get his team their first win of the year as Roscoe ties it up there. Some press here from the Knights. Let's see how Deerfield responds to it. Trella driving in, loses it. It's going to stay with Deerfield. Brody, you could really see how much Coach Nicole Keith trusts Kate Trella, letting her take the ball up. She's really the go-to player in this offense.
Yeah, and I think that comes with experience. This is her third year being part of Coach Keith's squad, so I think her experience, she's her most trusted player. Here's a pull-up jumper.
Trella's free throw line jumper is no good as they're going to tag Cooper there for the reach-in.
Yeah, Chloe Cooper really dominated last year on the fresh soft circuit. She was the leading scorer. She was the team's leading scorer at times in their games last year. She was the only one with points, so she's one to watch out for too on this Deerfield team.
Another one of these young stars on this Warriors team. Deerfield coming out with the 2-3 zone.
Yeah, similar to last year, they like to trap at the top with their two guards, so that's something to watch as well if they're going to try and force some turnovers.
So travel there from the Knights. Some good passing on the perimeters. That three ball is no good from Stoneham. Trella gathers the rebound. Oh, heaves it deep up the court. A football-style pass over to Cooper. It worked. It's risky. As Miovishki's three is no good. Trella with another rebound. Back to Miovishki, and that's good.
Very distributive scoring early on from the Warriors. 4 players with a bucket here in the first 3 minutes of this ballgame.
We were talking all about Kate Trella. She's with 2, and her and 3 other Warriors. 2-3 zone seems to be giving the Knights a fit here. That three ball is good. That was number 15, Leline Janou, the sophomore guard with the corner. Oh, they called that a 2. So it's 8-8. Foot was on the line. Trella with the pass inside goes out of bounds, and that's going to be Knights ball.
Even though that play didn't work out, I like the flash cut there from Cooper. I like the play called by Coach Keith. I think that's going to work 80-90% of the time if they can keep running that.
Especially with all the focus, for Grayslake, all their defensive focus is going towards Trella. You could keep them sleeping with these cuts and get her at the top of the screen, run some high pick and roll action. Is Trella there with the steal? Trella taking it on the court, pass down low to Cooper. Back to Trella, corner 3. Off the mark, rebounded by Gittler, put back, no good. Another, that's good. Miovishki with her 4th point of the game. She's leading all scorers in this game of 4.
Yeah, she's really looked strong in this start, especially on the defensive end, and she's turning defense into offense here, leading Deerfield with 4 points early on.
So we were talking about the size, and it's been a big advantage for Deerfield so far, grabbing multiple offensive rebounds on that possession. 10-8, 3:36 left to play in the first basketball game of the season here played at the Warrior Gym. Deerfield will play again tomorrow, their first game ever in the CSL South, playing the Maine South Hawks, which should be a good one. There's a 3, missed everything. This is a dangerous pass, and it's stolen. Not a smart pass there. Another three. That was off. I don't know if there was a Silber got a hand on that one. Here's Deerfield on the break. It's no good. And that's going to be Knight's ball. That was Cooper who had that chance. Just could not finish.
Yep, as we can see, first about 5 minutes into this one, really fast-paced game. I mean, 10-8 is the score, not as high scoring as you may expect, but these teams are really running.
We saw Deerfield last year really light up the scoreboard as that three's off the mark. And, scoring 50 points and a half or putting up 70, 80 points in a game. I don't know if we're going to see that this year. But we know in the past these Deerfield teams, coached by Nicole Keith, they could score.
Yeah, and I think this is just like this year on Deerfield. There's going to be a different identity. It's a different style of team. They're going to be more defense-focused and try to win these close, gutty games instead of trying to blow everybody out.
Yeah, they're going to have to win games in a different manner than they have in years past. With the talent leaving, the graduates and the transfers of Nikki Kirstein and Aubrey Galvin are big losses to this team. It's going to stay here with Grayslake North. Good defense here from the Warriors. Maya Silber knocked that one out of bounds.
Yeah, you got two freshmen starting for Deerfield this year. And last year there really wasn't much room for freshmen to start or even be on the team for that matter. But this year you got two freshmen and a sophomore in the starting lineup. So bright future for this Warriors team.
For sure. You're definitely going to see some growth throughout the years. That's blocked by Mivishki. Cooper on the other end pulls it back out. Looked like they may have had some numbers, but Cooper decides to pull it back out and run the offense. Gittler for three. Didn't get the roll. Grayslake North with the rebound. Pushing it is Jane Pritchard. Her shot is off the mark. Looked like she may have had a foot on the line there. Is Kate Trella there with the rebound. I definitely think Trella's on double-double watches. There's Silber for the easy look. Oh, she missed it. Speaking of the Trella double-doublers, 2 rebounds in about 15 seconds. This was Cooper from 3. That's off the mark. There's a third rebound for Trella. Yeah, and that one, she can't go down. She's got to keep that ball up, especially with her size advantage. She can't put that ball on the ground, and she lost it right there.
Yeah, similar thing with Drew Rogers for the boys team. They're very, very similar play styles. They both like to get deep into the post, and they both have a good shot too. So you got to defend them outside. You can't leave them room and try and you can't give them any cushion on the outside. So very similar style. And you'll get to see Drew Rogers in action in a couple weeks as we have Vernon Hills game on December 12th.
Yeah, well, first is Deerfield Evanston this Friday. Should be a good one. At the CSL South, and boys basketball is one of the best conferences in the state. You have multiple teams in the top 25, and if you tune into these streams, you show up to the Warrior Gym, you're going to be seeing a lot of good basketball this year for both the girls and the boys.
For sure, as in years past, Deerfield basketball just one of the more outstanding programs in the state. They always have competitive basketball teams, and it's really a gift that we get to see them play night in and night out here at the Warrior Gym.
For sure. Over the past couple of years, the playoffs have been guaranteed. I mean, what it feels like the playoffs have been guaranteed. A lot of deep runs like we saw with the girls team last year and the boys team, year in and year out, winning the CSL North and, making some runs in the playoffs. It's been impressive to say the least.
Yep, minute and 32 here in the first quarter. Drew, what are you looking for in this last minute and 32 for Deerfield to extend their lead?
Just looking at them to continue to play strong, get out in transition. That's where they've been their best, and to continue to work through Kate Trella. It's a nice little flash there. The bucket is scored. Jane Pritchard really liked that play concept there, the little give-and-go action. Cooper loses it, regains it.
Haven't seen any substitutions yet. Correction, there's been one substitution for Deerfield. Last year they only played about 8 people, and this year seems to be pretty similar.
Yeah, Deerfield not known for running a deep rotation. We saw that last year this year and last year. Last year they ran an 8-man rotation, but they they really relied heavy on the starters, and it worked. So that shot from Gittler is no good. That's going to be a foul on Deerfield on the rebound. Knight's ball.
Yeah, you can tell both teams really want this win. You got 10-10, hard-fought battle of a game here in this first quarter. I think we're going to see that throughout.
Dastasana checking in, so right on cue we got some substitutions. We're under a minute here in the first quarter. Deerfield 10, Grayslake North 10. Pritchard with it. It's back on. Jane Pritchard's played a nice game. She's got 4 points. That's going to be a travel.
Yeah, that one's on Julia Franny. She's the daughter of athletic director Nate Flannery. We will be interviewing her post-game.
It's pretty neat to see, it's got to be cool for her and Mr. Flannery himself, to have your school go against your daughter and to play against your dad's school is a pretty cool experience for everybody involved. As after multiple chances, Gittler finally puts it in. That's her first points of the game. Oh, check that. That's her 4th point of the game. Double coming here.
Like this defense here from the Warriors.
Jump ball.
Forcing a jump ball.
Deerfield defense has done a great job forcing turnovers. Last year we saw a lot of press. They really quick. Last year's team was really quick and ran a lot of press and generated a lot of steals and turnovers. We've yet to see the press this year, but the turnovers seem to carry over. And that's stolen. And the and one, Lucy Roscoe. A freshman mistake there. Sophomore. Hadassah Sena just checked in. A bad mistake.
Yeah, 13 seconds of the quarter. That's where you got to hold for the last shot.
Yeah,
try and extend your lead, but it looks like Grayslake North is going to take the lead here with the free throw, and they will.
Just to not see Roscoe coming from the back, kind of looked like Jose Alvarado. Those plays where he would sneak up on the defender and get the steal. Not quite like that, but kind of the sneakiness of it. Yovitsky driving in. Shot is no good. That's going to end the first quarter. Grayslake North 13, Deerfield 12.
Good basketball here early on, Drew. What's your main takeaway from this first quarter?
It's going to be a fun one. Both teams playing hard, getting out in transition. A lot of running going on for both teams. And I think it's going to be an exciting finish. 2 really tight teams. And this one's going to go down to the wire.
Yeah, I think so for sure. You got a 1-point game entered in the second quarter. Make sure to tune in for this one as well as tomorrow's game against Maine South, which will be live from the Warrior Gym at 7 p.m.
Yeah, that one's going to be a good one. Maine South, always one of the better teams in the state for all sports, but especially girls basketball. And that's going to be interesting to see how this Deerfield team matches up with the Maine South Hawks tomorrow.
Yeah, there was a classic game last year between Deerfield and Maine South for the CSL Championship. Right here at the Warrior Gym, Deerfield was able to pull out the win by around 11 points.
Yeah, that was a great game. It was close the entire way, and the Warriors just kind of pulled away at the end. Grayslake North starting with the ball. Oh, there's a travel there. It looked like it could have been a carry or a travel.
Good job from Tori Gittler there to force the issue. She tried to jump the passing lane, got into the defender's head, and forced the turnover. So good defense there from number 10 in white.
Trying to get into Trella, and they do. Okay, Trella with the pull-up jumper. No good. I feel like that time she could take that to the basket there rather than pulling up, make a move on the defender. She's much bigger than everyone else, and she could use her size to the advantage rather than settling for jumpers like that one.
Yeah, definitely could have drawn a foul there too. And as we've seen last year, she's a really good free throw shooter. So she can get to the line, good things can happen for Deerfield.
Deerfield still in that 2-3 zone. So there's a turnover force stolen by Tori Gittler. Trella really does it all. She runs the point, can post up, can shoot. Really good player overall.
Yeah, Grayslake North's done a pretty good job defending her early. She's held in check to just 2 points.
That's knocked out of bounds. It's going to be another inbound. Yeah, I think for Grayslake North, what you can do with Trella is force her out of her inside game, force her into long jumpers rather than these post-ups and easy layups.
Yeah, that's really where Grayslake North's going to get beat. Here's another jumper from Trella, is no good.
Here comes Grayslake North on the other side. That's stolen. No good. Knocked out of bounds, and that's going to be Knight's ball. For those of you interested, the Bears game is just underway. It is 0-0. Cairo Santos just missed a 48-yard field goal. Man, it was normally automatic, but you never know in sports. That's stolen by Trella. And she travels right away. Gives it right back to the Knights. Alexis Hashke checking in. That's another one of the players who was dominated on Fresh Off last year, one of their few scorers.
Yeah, she's got a lot of size too. She's 5'10", so see if she can establish herself in the paint.
That's blocked by Trella. There's another travel.
Yep, a lot of traveling going on here in the first 10 minutes of this one. See if both teams can tighten it up as we near the halfway point of this second quarter.
Pack a suitcase and hop on those planes. Hope we're traveling somewhere warm because it sure isn't warm here in Deerfield, Illinois. We got snow on the ground. Ooh, there's a nice pass there from Trella. Gittler's shot no good. The rebound put back from Trella's also no good. Deerfield in a little bit of a cold stretch here. That shot is off the mark. The rebound, though, put back is good. It is Giselle Medina. Stolen from Grayslake North. A lot of turnovers early in this game. That three ball is off the mark. Rebounded by Deerfield.
Yeah, Grayslake North doing a really good job defending Kate Trella. They're keeping her outside, taking her post game away, and matchup with the 12s here. She gets it in deep.
I was going to say that was a great job there from Michaela Gumapasa, guard and Trella on that post entry.
Yeah, interesting. Number 22 for Grayslake North, Michaela Campbell. She actually has a Division III offer from North Central College. Have not seen her yet. Not sure if she's injured or what's going on there, but definitely if 22 in black gets into the game, it's something to watch.
Yeah, I don't see a 22 in black on the bench. Not sure what that is. Maybe there's an injury of some sorts. Silber with an open three. Well off the mark. Deerfield in a bit of a scoring drought here.
Yeah, just over 3 minutes for the Warriors without a point.
There's an open three. Rims out from Stoneham. The putback, no good. It's going to go out of bounds. That's going to be Deerfield ball. Sloppy basketball, to say the least, Brody.
Yeah, for this second quarter, really seeing the team starting to loosen up a little bit, but we'll see. Maybe they'll tighten back up for the second half. See if Coach Keith's got any good halftime words for him.
Good pass there into Gittler as she misses the open layup.
Looks like there's a lid on the basket right now for Deerfield.
Sure feels like a lot of open looks missed. Trella deep too. Well off. Here comes Grayslake with numbers. He's going the other way. Goompas with it. Her shot's blocked by Trella. Here comes Giller on the other end. Can she redeem herself? She cannot. That is cleared up by Janu.
Yeah, Deerfield scoring drought stretching out to about 5 minutes now. Got to get something going on offense if you're Deerfield. If I'm Coach Keith, I might take a timeout and draw something up.
You know, the two missed open looks from Gittler. She's done a great job on the defensive end and the offensive end, getting good looks, forcing turnovers. She's been all over the place.
There's that timeout we were just talking about. 15-12, Grayslake North. Deerfield really doesn't want to let this game slip away, especially with all the struggles they've had early on. This is one they feel like they could get.
Yeah, Coach Keith calling that timeout in her all-Michigan gear, probably celebrating that big win from Saturday over Ohio State. I'm sorry if there's any Ohio State fans watching, but that's 3 straight losses to Michigan. And Coach Keith seems pretty fired up about that. (15-12). Deerfield still yet to score this quarter. Had a lot of good looks, a lot of open looks at the basket and the outside. Just have not been able to get anything going.
Yeah, you got to think something's gonna start dropping for these Warriors, because you can only take so many shots before some of them go in, right?
You would think. I've watched a fair share amount of basketball games, and there are times where it just feels like nothing can go your way, and even when you feel like you're due for one to go your way, it just doesn't happen. And you see 9-10 minute scoring droughts and get ugly quick. You just need that basket.
Deerfield back to their starting lineup here of Cooper, Mihovitsky, Silber, Trella, and Gittler.
A lot of these inbound plays have been ran for Trella. Let's see if Coach Keith wants to dial up another one for the senior forward. As it is to Trella in the corner. So to Mihovitsky, open look. No good. Rebound by Roscoe. Roscoe trying to take it coast to coast. Passes it back out. Back to Roscoe. Posting up is Goompas. She passes it right to Silber. Silber over to Trella. Trella, Gittler. Gittler three is no good. Rebound Mihovitsky. Her putback is no good, but she will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, we'll see if Deerfield can take the lid off the basket here at the charity stripe with Mihovitsky. 3:19 to go in the first half. Deerfield 12, Grayslake North 15.
Coach Keith coaching up the young freshman. Teaching her the post move there. Is that free throw? It's good. Got the roll. The bank is open, Brody.
You just got to see one go in at this point. You haven't scored in about 6 minutes. You seeing one drop. That's big for confidence for not just Mihovitsky, but the entire team.
Second free throw's no good, but they don't ask how. They just ask for results. Pritchard looked like she was going to shoot the 3. Did not. Is that? Ooh. Knights lucky to maintain possession there. That pass looked like it was destined for a steal. They give him the timeout. Looked like they were signaling jump ball, but the PA announcer, Robert Krebel, seems up. They did call timeout. I'm not quite sure. I thought originally I saw the ref signal jump ball.
Yeah, and then the ref closest to us here, right next to the scoring table, granted Coach Frykes the timeout. So Grayslake North spent 2 of their timeouts early on. That might be something to watch.
Yeah, 2 early timeouts used for the Knights. We saw a lot of scoring in the first quarter of this game, but it's really slowed down. We're talking about how Deerfield's really struggled to get offense going this year, and that's really continued into this game. The first quarter looked promising, but the second quarter they just can't get anything to fall.
See if Deerfield can get a bucket here. Maybe a little play design, get it in the post to Trella to try and tie this thing up.
Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of post touches for Trella. So it looks like they called a jump ball, but also gifted Grayslake North the timeout. Interesting there. That feels like a big waste of a timeout.
I think there was a possession arrow went to Deerfield there.
Yeah, but they gifted so there no timeout?
Not sure. It looks like it was still charged.
Yeah, I think and that pass is thrown on my side. It looks like they gifted Deerfield the possession arrow and included the timeout after. So I think Coach Fricks wanted, his player was trapped in the corner. I think they wanted the timeout for that, but didn't get it. It's kind of an unlucky break for the Knights. There's a three in the corner. No good. That's going to be Deerfield ball. A lot of turnovers, a lot of missed open looks.
Yeah, the box score is going to tell you all you need to know about the tail of two quarters, really. 13-12 in favor of the Knights at the end of the first, and only 1 point by the Warriors and 2 by the Knights in the second quarter. So the game has definitely slowed down.
Yeah, that's for sure. Nice little pick and roll action, and that's a travel. Miovishki traveled there. I like that action of the pick in the two-man game with Cooper and Miovishki, but Miovishki just took too many steps.
Yep. Definitely looked like she could have had a look near the basket, and I like that play design from Coach Keith. I like that call a lot.
Deerfield seems to be trapping a lot beyond the three-point line. I like it. They forced a lot of turnovers that way. Estrella with the jumper. That's no good. She struggled early on.
She's really been settling for jumpers. I think working her in the post is going to be a lot better use because I think that's where she excels best.
That three ball is no good. Yeah, Trella's got the size advantage. She needs to use that to her advantage. Get in the post instead of settling for these jumpers because they've not been falling as that pass sails out of bounds.
Yeah, turnovers have really been the story for Deerfield. Last year you had all that talent and experience. Did not see a lot of turnovers, a lot of crisp passing, but this year it's been a little bit different. Turnovers have plagued the Warriors.
Yeah, that's for sure. We saw a lot of turnovers in Deerfield State semifinal game against Lincoln, and that's what kind of plagued them. When Lincoln went on that big run, it was turnover after turnover. They were playing really physical defense. There was a turnover there from the Knights. And just a lot of ball pressure on the Warriors, and they were just not able to handle it, and that's where the game kind of got out of hand. We've seen these turnovers will kill Deerfield, and that's a thing for this team that they need to limit that, and plagued them last year, and they're going to need to clean that up this year.
Yeah, and on the defensive end, Deerfield has gotten better and better as the season goes on. They allowed 71 points in a loss to Schaumburg earlier, but their last game against Maine West just allowed 36.
Trello with the putback, and it's in. There's the first field goal in this quarter for the Warriors, and we are all knotted up at 15. Just over a minute left to play in this first half.
Yeah, and as we were saying, getting Kate Trella inside instead of those jumpers, that's what's really going to get her going. And then once it opens up on the inside, those jumpers will be there, and confidence will be there for sure for her to knock those down.
For sure. A lot of players, once you get that first one to fall, a lot start coming with. And that first basket, just to see it go through the rim. She hasn't scored in a while. There's Trella coast to coast. Rebound from Cooper. That's good. Chloe Cooper with the putback. But again, that's a lot better from Trella going coast to coast. Not settling for that jumper. She went to the rim and just couldn't get to finish, but it's a lot better.
When you drive to the basket, good things pay off in the game of basketball.
As that jumper is good from Stoneham.
Warriors got to hurry here. They got 7 seconds.
Well, they got to get going. Under 3. Pass inside is stolen, and that's going to do it for the first half. We're all knotted up. Scores have changed from the beginning. The lead hasn't changed since the beginning. It's 17-17. We'll be back shortly. It should be a good finish here at the Warrior Gym. We're back for the second half. Second half's about to be start underway. 17-17 inside the Warrior gym.
Should be in for a good second half. A lot of fireworks in the first quarter, slowed down in the second. We'll see if things pick back up here in the third and fourth quarters.
Yeah, it wasn't much scoring there in the second quarter, but we'll see if that picks up again. There's layups good by Silber. It's important for Deerfield to get an early score here. Took them deep into the second quarter to get their first basket. Touchdown low. Oh, good. It was good defense and good offense. It's a good passing going on. Got the open look, but the contest was there. There's Trella driving in. Her shot's no good. But there we see her. She didn't settle on the jumper. Did a good job. Got to the rim. Just couldn't finish.
Yeah, those are going to start to drop for her. And she's sitting on 4 points right now. I wouldn't be surprised to see her in double figures by the end of the game with the driving to the basket consistently. And some of these are eventually going to fall.
It feels like if Deerfield wants to pull away and win this game, they're going to need to get her going a little more.
Coach Keith calling for a little reset of the offense there. So we approach 7 minutes to play in quarter number 3.
Smart reset there. Look, the offense just looked really congested, kind of people clumped up together. Gittler drive it in. Shot is off the mark. The close range shots for Deerfield just not been falling. The corner three is no good, but the foul. It's going to go on Silber, sending Stoneham to the line to shoot three. So that free throw falls for Stoneham.
Free throws are going to be a big thing here coming down the stretch because especially with these new foul rules that they've implemented the IHSA, instead of it being 10 fouls for a half as it is in college, they've switched to 5 a quarter like the NBA. So yes, maybe this is a sign for what's to come at the college level, but
well, 10 being for the double bonus, but in men's college basketball they play halves. So it's kind of hard to implement that. But for women's, I could definitely see that being added. That shot is way off. But yeah, 10 being for the double bonus, what it was, and then the 7 for the single bonus. As Gittler's shot is no good. Trella with another rebound. She's got to be nearing in on 10 rebounds, you would imagine at this point.
Yeah, I think she's around 8 or 9. How about 4 early second quarter? She had that stretch where she got 3 in a row, and there's another one there. So she's definitely getting close to that coveted mark of 10 rebounds.
Yeah, we were zeroing in on that the double-double possibility, but the scoring really hasn't been there, but the rebounds sure have. Trella with the free throw line jumper, and that falls.
As I was saying earlier, her driving to the basket really opens her up for jumpers like that, where she's wide open, doesn't have anybody within a mile radius of her. Felt like she had the whole court to herself on that one.
Yeah, Trella can really expand her game out with the shooting. She's a dominant threat inside, and she can stretch it out to the outside, and she's the threat for sure.
Deerfield, hot start to this third quarter. 21-18, they lead Grayslake North. So if you're Coach Keith, this is exactly what you wanted. There's another one from Tori Gittler. Warriors open up a 5-point lead.
Tori Gittler's been everywhere. Had a couple shots, haven't fallen, but there she gets one to go. Her 6th point of the game, matching Trella's team high of 6. Deerfield starting to get some energy here. on both the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, Deerfield's really starting to establish their identity in this ball game. We're still waiting on that from Grayslake North.
Estrella skies it for the rebound over the much shorter Januas. In transition, Gittler lays it in. Timeout Knights. And a run here for the Warriors as their lead is out to 7. Trella to Gittler extends the lead for the Warriors. And finally, we got some offense.
Yeah, a little 8-1 run there for the Warriors. Really like to see it, especially for a team that struggled so much early on in the season. They're putting themselves in a position to win this ball game, and it's really all you can ask for if you're Coach Keith.
For sure. A much-needed stretch for this team that has struggled immensely this year, and early on they're 0-5, looking for that first win of the year.
Back in action, Deerfield rolling out their same starting 5 as they have for a majority of this game. Really only seen 8 people play, similar to last year.
Yeah,
not a lot of depth in this Warrior squad.
This starting 5 has done a really good job. It feels like it's most of their scoring has come from this group. That open 3 is good. That's a big shot there for Lucy Roscoe.
Love that play call out of the timeout there from Coach Frykes.
That's a much-needed three-pointer for this Knights squad. Cuts the lead down to 4 as the response is no good from Silver. Cleared out by the Knights, and here they come in transition. Pritchard loses it. Cooper on the other end. She'll slow it down. What a Trella. Fake the shot. Pick and roll action. Gittler open 3 off the mark, and that's going to go out of bounds. Turnover to the Knights. If you're curious about the Bears score, they currently lead the Vikings 3-0, which is an exciting thing, but we'll see if that continues. But
yeah, midway through this third quarter, 25 Deerfield, 21 Grayslake North. They've really gone back and forth. Deerfield starting to extend their lead. Grayslake North responded with a 3, and I expect this one to stay close
That's
throughout.
stolen by Silver. Her jumper is no good. Deerfield's had a lot of good opportunities that just have not been able to fall as a foul is going to send the Knights to the line. That's going to be on Trella, sending Jane Pritchard to the line, shooting 2. Pritchard off the mark on the first one.
Yeah, 2 fouls for Deerfield here in the third quarter. It's been a pretty clean game for both sides apart from that. So
Yeah,
I'm expecting to see a clean game. I'm not expecting free throws to play a huge part as this game comes to a close, but you will see. You never know.
There haven't been many fouls. Deerfield's picked up really almost all the fouls this game. It doesn't feel like Grayslake North has picked up really any fouls at all. And they've been clean. They haven't made really any noticeable mistakes that would draw a foul as Coach Keith signals for the timeout and gets it from this tremendous official crew.
Yeah, officials have really been really clean this game. There's some IHSA officials this year that have been a little questionable, but this crew seems to be doing a fantastic job. So props to them.
For sure, yeah. I definitely think the basketball refs in general in the IHSA do a tremendous job. I think maybe better than some other sports. It's harder to find some refs, but I feel like football, baseball, you kind of see that issue, but basketball, feels like most of the times we're here, you get a great crew, but there's always times for controversy. I remember watching St. Viator last year where it felt like they drew a million charges, whether it was deserved or not, but these officials tend to have done a great job.
Yeah, they really try their best. It's hard to be a referee, especially in high school sports, and especially in big games where you got a large student section. It's not an easy job.
No. You get all the blame for when you do it wrong, but when you're doing a great job like these officials are tonight, not much credit goes your way.
Well, chance for Grayslake North to cut a little more into this, or chance for Deerfield to extend their lead a little bit. As we approach 3 minutes to go in this third quarter.
Silber to inbound. Gittler just did not decide to catch that one. Lucky to retain possession. That's stolen there from Roscoe. Not a great possession out of the inbound. Roscoe could have went up for it. That three-pointer from Stoneham's no good. The putback also no good. Another chance here for the Knights. So that's poked out of bounds there from Gittler. It's going to stay with Grayslake North.
Offense really started to pick up in this third quarter. 17-17 and a half. A lot more fireworks than we saw in quarter number 2. So
for sure,
it's good to see.
25-22 Deerfield. Just under 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to play in this third quarter. We're in for a good finish. That's stolen. Turnovers have been a key factor in this game. Both teams had a whole lot of turnovers as Trella there with the elbow jumper. That falls. That's her 8th point of the game, and Deerfield's lead back out to 5.
Yeah, the senior leadership for Deerfield has really started to take over. Gittler and Trella, the 2 seniors on this team, have accounted for 16 of the 27 points that the Warriors have. So,
oh, Trella with the nice move, but that goes off her foot.
Yeah, she tried to go Euro step there, and it got knocked away as she was about to go up with it.
It's a good defensive play, but I like the move, getting to the rim. Just a strong take, just unfortunate, took an unfortunate bounce.
Yeah, she's really settled into her form here in this second half. She was a little cold the first half, but she wanted everybody to know that she's here.
Silber a little too physical there. Gets tagged for the foul.
That's Silber's second. Shouldn't be a problem, but if she picks up one more, Coach Keith might have to think about heading to her bench.
Yeah, outside of Silber, she's the only Warrior with 2 fouls. There may be another one going in that. Izzy Miovitsky, yeah, that's her second. That'll send the Knights to the line. Yeah, it really feels like all the fouls. I can't remember many fouls that have been called against Grayslake North. They've done a great job staying out of foul trouble. And I credit that to show signs of a well-coached here from Brian Freaks, who's done a good job with this group. You know, they've struggled early on in the season, but, you know, you're not always determined. A team isn't always determined by their wins and losses, and you know, you can tell this is a young team, and they'll grow throughout the year as those 2 free throws are good from Roscoe. She is the first player in this game with double digits. She's got 10, leading all scores.
There's the reason she was named team captain as a sophomore.
Turnover force there. It's going to be Knights ball.
Yeah, Deerfield coming off the most competitive game of the season, the final game of the Thanksgiving tournament against CSL North foe Maine West. So they won't be matching up with them in the regular season. So it's nice they got to see them in the non-conference. So good to see.
Yeah, for sure. Is that pass went straight out of bounds.
Okay, got it. Can you do the 5:30 scoreboard tomorrow? Brady can't do the 5:30 for
And a whole lot of turnovers this game. I definitely think this is going to be one thing that these coaches will be preaching to their teams to limit. Is there's another one. Good pass there from Trella. Just went off the hands of Miovishki, just out of bounds.
And this just feels like a big possession for Grayslake North. 3-point game, third quarter winding down. I think if Deerfield can take some momentum in the fourth quarter, this game should be theirs. But Grayslake North, this is the key possession right here as we approach a minute and a half to go in this third quarter.
Yeah, both teams got to cut down on these turnovers and take care of the ball. But the strong defense and strong ball pressure for both teams has caused this. Shot is no good. It's going to be Deerfield ball.
Deerfield able to force the turnover, so they can turn this into points, open up a 2, maybe even 3 possession lead going into quarter number 4.
.106 left to play in this third quarter. Deerfield leading the Grayslake North Knights 27-24. Both teams looking for their first win on this young season.
Yeah, it's really good for both these teams, win or lose, to have a competitive game, because neither of these teams have had a game within 10 points so far, so it's good to see them playing competitive against each other, and builds confidence and builds team culture a lot.
For sure, when you're losing by double digits, and especially consecutively like these teams have been doing, it's nice to get out there and going into the fourth quarter and to have a game that you feel like you can win, and it's got to be exciting for these girls. So that's stolen. Here comes Trella on the break. She's going to back it up, reset the offense. Oh, nice pass there. Down low to Gittler. It's taken away. Just under 15 seconds left to play in this third quarter. Gittler finally getting back on defense now. Grayslake had numbers. That's going to be over the back. She could just let this roll out. 2.6 left to play. It's a smart play. Let the clock bleed down. Give Deerfield as less time as possible.
Yeah, where do you think this ball goes with 2.6 to go in the third?
You got to imagine it's a quick touch to Kate Trella. The user size to get a look at the rim. It's open shot there for Gittler. No good. Well, that play sure worked. Gittler had a wide open jump shot on the baseline. Just could not get it to fall.
Yeah, good work on the whiteboard from Coach Keith. Here we go. 8 minutes to go. The stage is set. Deerfield 27, Grayslake 24. We'll be back at 30 with the fourth quarter.
We're back for the fourth quarter of play. Deerfield leading the Grayslake North Knights 27-24.
You guys went over the rule changes, right?
Grayslake North starting with the ball here. That foul is going to be tagged on Cooper, and as Brody spoke on earlier, the fouls reset each quarter. So it's only one team foul for Deerfield.
Something to watch, though, because 5 fouls, you're in the bonus. If Grayslake North can get in the bonus, they've been shooting pretty well from the charity stripe. So if they can get into the bonus early on in this fourth quarter, that's going to be a big key for them. And it might end up harming Deerfield if they can't stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah, in the second half, most of Grayslake North's points have come from the free throw line as Gittler thought about the shot and throws it straight to Roscoe. There's the second foul in 30 seconds tagged on the Warriors. That one's going to go on to Das Cezena. And speaking of Trella and Gittler, it feels like I've been saying their name a lot. And, for the right reason, it feels like they've been out there. And I think, to my knowledge, they've been playing this entire game. And that's not easy with the game tomorrow against Maine South. That 3 is no good. You play back-to-backs as Cooper on the fast break lays it in. Her 4th point of the game, and Deerfield's lead is up to 5. But back to what I was saying with Trella and Gittler have been playing nearly this entire game. I think Trella's been out there the entire game, and you play a back-to-back the next day, and it's not easy for a player, and you credit them, and it shows how much Coach Keith trusts her players that they're able to endure that that physical wear and tear and able to compete for 2 days, even if that means a heavy load of minutes.
Deerfield's got numbers here. See if they can use them.
Surprised no charge of any sorts or block. Just going to let him play as, strong take there from Stoneham and gets fouled.
3 fouls on the Warriors. Minute and 12 seconds into this fourth quarter, and looks like we're going to see some substitutions here.
Stoneham, one of the better free throw shooters on this team, had a nice game. That's her 5th point of the game. Points at a premium. That 5 points is really high. Second free throw is good, and we are back to a 3-point game.
Yeah, Deerfield just hasn't been able to pull away. They had that run. They went up 25-18 in the third quarter, and Grayslake North hanging around. 6:40 to go in this game.
Gittler open jumper, no good. Tapped out of bounds. Knight's ball.
Once again, Grayslake North with a chance to tie it. Deerfield's led for a majority of the second half, but Grayslake North finds himself in a 3-point game, 6.5 to go.
We got a ball game here in the Warrior Gym in this first basketball game of this winter season. It's an exciting time, and this game is definitely delivering as both teams looking for their first win of this season. A good defense from the Warriors. There's another foul. It's going to send Jane Pritchett to the line. That's on Maya Silber. That is her 3rd.
Grayslake North will be in the bonus the rest of the way for these last 6 minutes. So as we were touching on at the beginning of the quarter, fouls are going to be a big deal. Every time Deerfield commits a foul, even if it's on the other end of the floor, they'll walk all the way down, and Grayslake North will get 2 free throws. Not a 1-and-1, which is changed for this year, because 1-and-1s in the past have really made games interesting and fun. And I don't know how much I agree with this new rule, but
yeah.
What do you think?
I wasn't aware that it was 1-and-1, but no 1-and-1, that's interesting. So yeah, it's definitely gonna play a huge factor in these games, rather than 1-and-1s have, as you said, they keep teams in games. But those 2 free throws are gonna be crucial, and I bet you'll see a lot less blown leads down the stretch. Gittler, another open jumper, and it falls. Ran a lot of plays for Gittler on that baseline.
That's a big basket for Deerfield. Getting this lead back to 4, especially Grayslake North looked like they had all the momentum in the world.
There's that 3 from Stoneham. Skies over the rim, and will go out of bounds.
Good reaction shot is awesome.
5:29 to play here, quarter number 4. Deerfield leads this one by 4 and controls possession. See if they run anything on the inbounds here. Inbound to Chloe Cooper.
Quick pass there to Trella. She's running the floor. Good pass down to Miovishki, and that bucket's good. And Deerfield's lead is up to 6.
Deerfield's trying to pull away right here. 33-27, 5:14 to go. We'll see what response Grayslake North's got for us.
This is definitely a big point in this game to see if Grayslake North can claw back or Deerfield can push out this lead and kind of put this game out of reach for the Knights. As that's stolen by Cooper and taken right back by the Knights to scram on the floor. That's going to be a travel Deerfield basketball.
4:56 to go. This is really the breaking point in this game, Drew. 33-27, 4:56 left. If Deerfield scores here, you got to think Grayslake North's going to have to start playing with some urgency.
Yeah, you would imagine so. Points have been in a premium, and this 6 points, it almost feels like you can double it, and it feels like a 12-point deficit. But 6 points, it's a 2-possession game, and this is not out of reach for the Knights. The jumper, it rims out. Strong rebound soaring in from Mirishki. It's going to be a jump ball. It's going to be Knight's ball, but a great effort play there from the young freshman.
Yeah, just winning that possession arrow back, because as we've seen in the past, possession arrows late in games are very, very meaningful, as we saw with the boys last year against St. Viator. They ended up with a chance to tie that game because of a jump ball.
Yeah.
So
these physical games where you get players diving on the floor for loose balls, these jump balls are important. We spoke on this earlier, as that foul is going to send the Knights to the line shooting two. We spoke on the absence of Michaela Campbell, the senior forward, the team captain, who's got a Division III offer and yet to play. We're assuming it's an injury, but that just feels like a big loss, and you got to imagine it's going to be a completely different game. When she's there, she provides some size to guard Trella and an offensive option for these Knights.
Yep, 4:19 to go. Grayslake North shooting 2 the rest of the way. So despite that first one being missed, this is going to be a big storyline. I think if Grayslake North can make more than half their free throws coming down the stretch, I think they're going to win the game. But
as those two are off the mark, those are the opportunities that you just can't miss. If you're Grayslake North, you got a lot of points from the charity strike, and being in the double bonus the rest of the way, you got to convert at the line. So that's stolen from Goompaz, going the other way. That's going to be a foul on Gittler. Yet another foul. Fouls are really racked up against the Warriors in this quarter.
Two more free throws coming in for Grayslake North. As we were saying, they've struggled to make free throws here in the last couple minutes, but that one's also no good. They missed their last 3. So think about it. If they had even made 2 out of 3, they have a chance to get it to 1 possession here. But now you're sitting at 6 points with 3:56 to go. And if you're Grayslake North, you're really scratching your head about the missed opportunities at the charity stripe.
Yeah, a lot of points. Is they're going to get a foul on Grayslake North? Yeah, Coach Keith was yelling for it, and she got it. It's the right call, but we were harping on earlier, just a lot of points left on the charity strike. And at the end of this game, if Grayslake North can't pull this one out, that's where you're going to be looking back and looking at those opportunities where they were able to cut it to a 2-point game if they were to make those 4 free throws, but they could not convert.
Nice pass there. Oh. And now we're going to walk the whole length of the floor. Grayslake North will go back to the free throw line.
Those are the mistakes Deerfield cannot make, with Grayslake North being in the double bonus. It sends them all the way to the free throw line, and that is the 4th foul on Chloe Cooper. Oh, the scoreboard says 5th. They're correcting. So I'm not sure if she's fouled out of this game.
Per the book, it does say that is her 5th, so Chloe Cooper is officially fouled out of this game.
She's checking out.
The already thin rotation of Deerfield gets even thinner here for the last 3:41.
Cooper fouled out for the rest of this game, and more opportunities at the free throw line for the Knights, and they convert this time.
Yeah, Lucy Roscoe has really been the glue to this team for Grayslake North. She's got 11 points tonight, and looking for her 12th at the stripe here, but she's really carried the load for Grayslake North.
Yeah, and that free throw is off the mark, so 33-28. Just under 3:40 left to play. If you're Deerfield, these free throws are, you got to limit these free throws because it stops the clock. As a timeout call by Coach Keith. These free throws are big for Grayslake North because it's a chance to get points, which have come at a premium this game, and the clock isn't running. And for Grayslake North, they got to take advantage, and if you're Deerfield, you got to keep them off the line.
This feels like a big possession for Deerfield. Chance to stretch this lead to 3 possessions with 3:29 to go, where Grayslake North has not been outstanding from downtown. So I think if Deerfield can get 2 or 3 here, get this thing up to 3 possessions, they should be able to put this one away, especially with the fact that there's no 1-and-1s and double bonus. Grayslake North's going to have to foul.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the big threat from behind the three-point line has been Lucy Roscoe, who's hit a couple this game, and I think if you're Deerfield, that's the player you got to watch out for.
Silver to inbound. Looks like a little bit of a stack play for the Warriors.
This goes into Gittler. Open jumper. It's good. That rolls in. The right elbow jumper from Gittler puts her point total up to 12. She leads all scorers with those 12 points. There's an open three. It falls. Ashlyn Stoneham with a big-time three-pointer. A much-needed response for this Knights ball club.
Allows the Knights to set the press, too, which Deerfield has done a good job of breaking, but it can always force turnovers, as it nearly did right there. That one's poked out of bounds from Gumapas. Here we go, Drew. We got the game we wanted. 2:56 to go, 35-31 Deerfield.
Deerfield's got a lot of points out of these inbound sets. Coach Keith has done a great job drawing up these plays. Ooh, that pass is almost stolen. Trella, open jumper, off the mark, rebounded by Silber. Kicks it back out. And the basket goes in, but it is blown off, and a travel is going to be called. Took one too many steps.
Yeah, Deerfield really hasn't been able to get to the free throw line. I'm not sure if they've even gotten to the line once this game, so we'll see. We'll see, because free throws are going to be big for Deerfield. They're not as experienced free throw shooting as Grayslake North has been this game.
Yeah, it's been a big difference in this game is the foul total and the free throw line.
Wonder if they'll feed the hot hand and stone them. And they do.
Oh, and it's blocked by Trella. The putback no good. Tipped out, rebounded by the Warriors. Here they come in the fast break. Ooh, a push there, no foul call. This pass there from Gittler inside to Trella. Should back it out. Miovicki for three. It's good. Izzy Miovicki from downtown. And this Deerfield lead stretches out to 7.
Freshman with 10 points for Deerfield. Very impressive 10. Been very strong in the defensive end as well. Game MVP, I got to feel like, is going to go to Izzy Miovicki.
Oh, that's blocked by Trella. Deerfield feels like they're kind of taking an XL, that big shot there from Miovicki. They can take care of the basketball. Looks like they're going to come out with their first win of the season.
Yeah, really good for Coach Keith and the Warriors. Build confidence going into tomorrow against what's going to be a very tall task in Maine South. One of the top teams in the state, ranked highly. They were ranked highly last year in the top 10 for a majority of the season. It's not going to be easy for the Warriors, but this win certainly helps with their confidence and their preparation for this big one tomorrow.
For sure, definitely builds up the confidence, yeah. And they got to hold off this pesky Knight squad. Is that three from Stoneham's no good?
Yeah,
looks
Deerfield,
like they will do.
Deerfield, their high offensive scoring total in the season previously was 32 against Wheaton. Up to 38 today against Grayslake North. It's good to see progress, and they're going to need a lot more than 38 if they want to beat Maine South tomorrow, but it's going to get it done against a pesky Knights squad, and
yeah,
a lot of good things that come out of this game for Deerfield.
Okay, Coach Keith not pleased with how our team has ran the last possession of the inbound play. Yeah, they went quick there, which I don't quite understand. You're trying to chew clock, take a long possession, especially with the no shot clock, which is being tested this year by the IHSA. You know, you can use, if you want, you could use the final minute 7, force Grayslake North to foul you 4 times to get you into the bonus and shoot free throws.
Yeah, they should be able to take it under a minute here, and I got to imagine the Knights are going to start to foul soon, or maybe Coach Freiks is going to wave the black flag, but I don't think so. You got a team who's 0-6. They're competing. I got to imagine they're going to try their best and foul and try and extend this game.
Hey guys, we pause it at the end, and I'll bring number 12 up for an interview, all right? Pause it at the end, yeah. 12.
Deerfield to inbound. Silver. Off the foot of Trella. Those, you cannot afford turnovers here if you're the Warriors. And that is a double dribble. Costly mistake there from Michaela Gumpaz.
Really like the heart I've seen from the Warriors this game. They trailed early, trailed for a majority of the first half, and really just battled hard the second half. And you could tell they wanted this game. This was one that they had circled. This was one that they felt like they could get, and they went out and got it.
Yeah, there's not a good possession there. Quick turnover, not what you want. Stoneham, you gotta imagine this goes in the hands of Stoneham and Roscoe, and Roscoe with the open three. That's a good look here if you're the Knights. Rebound over to Pritchard. Her jumper no good. Another rebound for Goompas. Kicks it out. Another three from Stoneham. That's off the mark. Rebounded by Milovishki as she loses it. And a lot of sloppy play in this final minute. Down low to Goompas and she lays it in. Timeout Knights. It is a 5-point game. Deerfield 38, Grayslake North 33, and Grayslake North has 4 fouls to give, so they got to foul quickly.
Yeah, 20.5 Deerfield. If you're Deerfield, you just can't turn the ball over. Got to hold on to the ball. Got to be strong with it. Deerfield does have the possession arrow, as shown by that scrappy play earlier from Mihovitsky to get that arrow. That's a huge puck because Grayslake North, the ball doesn't do them any good.
Yeah.
Well, here we go.
Not sure how many timeouts left. Or no, 1 timeout left for both squads. So if Deerfield can't get it in, Coach Keith has that timeout in her disposal if she wants to use it.
I got to imagine they got some sort of screen action dialed up. There we go. There's the screen for Silber. Cutting it back.
Looking. Long pass over to Cessna is received, and they're going to tag the Knights for a foul, and they got to foul quickly. Deerfield can take up a lot of time. You take up 2-3 seconds each inbound, and they foul. You're really going to chew up a lot of clock as Cessna cannot corral a pass that goes out of bounds. That is a bad mistake for the Warriors.
Yeah, if you're Deerfield, 17 seconds left. Just got to hang on to the ball. But 38-33, just bear down on defense here. Try and kill as much clock as possible and get a stop.
Yeah, 17.5 left. The Knights down to their last chance. They need a bucket. They can't take up too much time. Open three for Roscoe. It falls. With 8.5 left to play, a timeout called. And it is a 2-point game with just 8.5 seconds left to play.
38-36. Quick 5 there from Grayslake North. 5-0 run in the last 12 seconds to work themselves back into this game. If you're Deerfield, get the ball in.
Do not turn it over.
And hang on to it because Grayslake North, it's going to take time to pick up a few more fouls. So if they can pick up a few more fouls, get to the line, have to go the length of the floor, needing a 3 or potentially the game being over to have it 2 possessions, you're in a tough spot if you're Grayslake North.
Yeah, Roscoe hit that 3-pointer. We were talking about the threat of her behind the arc earlier, and she made the Warriors pay. She's got 14, leading all scorers in this game. But if you're Coach Keith, you just got to dial up a play to hopefully, you're able to receive the pass, hopefully find an open player, and, Grayslake North has to foul a couple times before they send Deerfield to the charity strike. But these are important inbounds here. You practice these exact situations, and Deerfield has turned the ball over a lot. So this is one of these situations where you're holding your breath if you're Coach Keith. They do have 1 timeout if they are trapped or having trouble getting it in. Trella to inbound. Nothing there. Oh, and she got it to Gittler, but they're going to give Coach Keith the timeout.
That's the last one. You can't call another one. And I'm sure Coach Keith in the Michigan gear is very familiar with calling a timeout when you don't have one. Chris Weber back in the national championship.
Yep. And I know another Michigan coach who has not been pleased with some timeout calling in the past.
Yeah, I'm sure she's got those in the back of her mind right now as there's 8.5 seconds to go. You got to get the ball in.
Oh, yeah, you can't turn it over. Have to be strong with the basketball. Not sure where the possession arrow is. I don't see it anywhere on the scoreboard. That is definitely important in a time like this.
Looks like the possession was with the Warriors as
down there, yes.
see it from the scores table. And that play from Mihovitsky was the last thing I saw that was a jump ball, and that was with about 6 minutes to go. So that looms large here with 8.5 to go.
We were talking about how the importance of the possession error on the jump balls and could potentially loom large in the final 8.5 seconds of this game.
Trella to inbound for the Warriors.
Looks like we have some issue. We got Trella to inbound again.
I'm surprised they're not having Trella be one of the pass catchers here. She's a good free throw shooter. She's got height. They could throw one up to her if they need to. Well covered.
Home run ball to Gittler. She gets it. Over to Silber. They dribble it out. Grayslake North has to foul, and they finally do with 3.6 left. That took up a lot of time. Almost,
yeah, they still got to foul 2 more times. I don't know.
5 seconds. Yeah, I think the reason they like Trella there is feel most comfortable with her inbounding it to make the smart decision, and she's probably the best passer on this team.
Yeah, here's the freshman Silber to inbound here. We'll see.
Grayslake
This pays off.
Needs a steal. Oh, the pass to Trella goes out of bounds. Oh no, a freshman mistake there from Maya Silber. And the Knights are going to have a chance to tie it or win it.
3.6 to go, and that pass didn't touch anybody, so no clock ran off. And they're going to keep it by the IHSA logo, so there's plenty of time for them to get up a shot. Looks like Deerfield's not going to bring pressure. Roscoe's got it, 2 seconds.
Roscoe with it. Over to Pritchard. Oh, and they don't get a shot off. And that is the game. The Deerfield Warriors defeat the Grayslake North Knights to grab their first win of the season, 38-36. Boy, Brody, that was a fun one.
Yeah, Grayslake North really made it interesting toward the end. Your final score for the Warriors, Jim, 38, Deerfield 36, Grayslake North. We will be back shortly with a post-game interview.
Great game, guys. We got a couple questions. What do you guys think was the key to winning and staying in the game?
I think that communicating and just playing well together was very important, and also just not giving up until the end. We worked very hard, everyone did.
Yeah, and we didn't give up on the ball if we lost it, and we kept playing 100%.
How important was it for you guys to get your first win of the year and to get it before getting into conference play?
Definitely very important. I think we definitely needed that boost in confidence, and especially our team being so young, we definitely need that confidence. What do you think?
Yeah, and it's the start, and yeah, it's our first home game, so it felt good.
How can you guys take this momentum and into tomorrow?
We have a few tough games coming up, but I definitely think that we are going to be able to continue working really well together, and hopefully we just get better each game.
Yeah.
That's all we need. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, thank you. Good game.
Here with Julia Flannery and Lucy Roscoe of the Grayslake North Knights. First question, what was your guys' key to staying in this game tonight and being competitive?
We thought we had a chance of winning, so that made it exciting. The close score made it fun.
Yeah, and I think just having positive energy and being hopeful throughout the whole game.
Yeah, and then how was it in the game when you guys came back late and you guys were down 7 and then it got to a 2-point game and you had a chance to win it at the end? How was that? How did that improve your team morale from when it was a 7-point game?
It was really exciting.
Yeah, it was really stressful at the same time.
Yeah.
No, what parts of your guys' game do you think are the strongest for the future this season?
Our offense getting better and our defense.
Nice. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night.
You too.
Good game. Thank you, guys.